Hello, and welcome to another podcast, infrequent as they are at the moment, but again, that's just our busy lives taking over. I'm Jay, and with me again is Chilli Dave.
Oh yeah, how's it going?
So we thought what we'd actually have a little chat about this time round is social media within Clifton Chilli Club. It's been something that's grown for us somewhat substantially over the last 2 years, would you say?
Yeah, around about the last 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, so from all kinds, really. I mean, from Facebook, Twitter to a degree, YouTube really being our biggest.
Yeah, definitely.
Biggest sort of social media platform by a long way. And what we thought we'd do is just kind of, we talk and maybe just touch on a few of the unusual stats and some of the comments and how we go about dealing with keyboard warriors and things of sorts, because there's some very brave people out there as long as they don't use their real name.
There's also some maybe sort of giving tips as well, maybe, especially with YouTube. I mean, YouTube's our, like you said, it is our biggest sort of viewership and interaction with the World Wide Web.
Definitely.
And I think, for you guys out there, budding channels, and if you want to start your own thing, we're not in any way world leaders or anything like that. However, we have learned a lot on the way. I mean,
still learning, aren't we?
The thing is, you look at it, Jay. I mean, we're all different backgrounds. All the club members and that. But this isn't our full-time job. This is a hobby. We've got people that
feels like a full-time job.
Yeah. When our phones are constantly pinging in, YouTube, bing, bing. But I mean, your past was in the wine industry, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've worked in the wine industry. I've worked in IT.
Yeah, and then me, I was ex-military, did that for 25 years. You got Nick, he's in. This doesn't come across clear in the porn industry, and that's not adult movies.
PAWN porn. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very posh way of saying it, otherwise.
Yeah, Jim and. It was into security business. You got Dave Mack. He was in. Oh no, he was retired. But there's none of us went to university or college or anything like that to study social media. I mean, nowadays, there are courses, aren't there?
I know.
And you can get a degree in social media, and it's like our filming, for example. None of us are professional photographers. None of us have been lessons or anything like that. It's all self-taught.
Yeah, I was in a film when I was about 13.
Yeah,
that's all it goes. But I'm not going to say the name because people go searching for it on the internet. But we haven't got any real training at all. But I think the best way to learn anything is to immerse yourself in it.
Yeah.
I remember when I learned sign language years ago, and I learned from somebody who was stone deaf. Absolutely stone deaf. The beauty of recording a podcast is that you guys can't see Chilli Dave's doing two fingers at me. Yeah. Thanks, dude. But I was immersed in...
What you're saying is the guy's not going to be able to listen to this anyway, is he?
No, he's not, I'm afraid. There isn't a sign language version of YouTube just yet, is there?
Can we put subtitles up?
Yes, we can. Oh, God, I don't know, actually.
We'll be there for hours. Right, we're not putting subtitles up. Just use the button underneath and just see what it comes up with, because that's always interesting.
It's one of the fun things of YouTube is actually putting the subtitles on. I've cried with laughter at that. Yeah. So if you guys just pick any video at random sometimes. I did the chili eating competitions because there's a lot of noise, so the translator is working overtime, I think, and some of the subtitles it comes up with are just hysterical, absolutely hysterical. So there was something about shooting an owl in one of them. It was like, what the hell? But anyway, best way I think to learn is to immerse yourself. And like I say, with sign language, I learned from somebody who was stone deaf. I had no choice but to...
Pardon?
Exactly. You're not that old yet, dude. Though we have been called old, haven't we? But we'll come to that later.
Yeah. So. I mean, like I think maybe a lot of the chat today probably will be about YouTube, considering it is our biggest. Our Twitter account, for example, I think we've got 3,000 plus followers, but we none of us have really got the hang of Twitter, have we?
I've never really got it.
No.
You only get a certain number of characters, and I think we're I don't know whether we're lazy with it or because I know Facebook will copy over to Twitter and so will the like of YouTube as well. Maybe we need to be a little bit more savvy and find some kind of.
We need to recruit a Twitterer.
We need a Twitterer really on board, don't we?
So if there's anyone out there that wants to be the Clifton Chilli Club
Twitter,
then get in contact with us because we could give some help.
So I think it's a platform that we ought to utilise more.
Yeah.
And there are people that are almost exclusive Twitter users and don't bother with other sites. So
you see that with some of the. Sort of like, not rock stars, but, the real A-list celebrities, that they sometimes have a Twitter account, but they won't have a Facebook, or they might have Instagram, but, I think everyone focuses, and that they have their strengths. Facebook, that does all right. That's got, 12,700 or something?
Yeah, we're nearly at 13,000 likes
on that.
Page likes on
that's
Facebook.
Always interesting as well, isn't it? Because it's like, We do a number of posts, and we get a lot of people contacting us. Oh, can you put this up? Can you put that up? And and it's either promoting their event or something of theirs. But we've always found that we've tried it and we've put up, say, oh, have a look at this event or something like that, and it just doesn't get any interest, does it?
Well, there is a formula somewhere, I'm sure, with Facebook, but. The successful posts for us have always been the ones we've never thought much of, where we've just quickly seen something, copied the link and pasted it in.
Yeah.
I remember Nick put one up about, I think it was the Carolina Reaper, and it was a copy from a Newcastle local newspaper or something like that, and he'd put a link up, and that just went bonkers. And I think there was something like 150 odd shares and something like 133,000 people reached.
That's
and
right, yeah.
It just, or it might have been more than that. And also some of the cooking videos that we've done, the overhead cooking videos, where we've just. I remember the first one we did. Do you remember when the first cooking video we did was the Inside Out Jalapeno Poppers?
That's right, yeah.
And we filmed that on a Saturday, and we were sat in the pub, weren't we, on Saturday night? Because we literally edited it that afternoon, so we had a bit of time, and thought, let's just upload it and see what happens. We need to kind of get a gauge, and that just went. Yeah. That just shot through the roof.
But then that was our understanding, because it was like we did two different style of videos, because Facebook, because as you all know out there, is we normally release a video every Sunday, 7 o'clock GMT, and then we link that onto and paste it on our Facebook. Yeah. But the cooking videos, what we noticed is other cooking videos, they get uploaded direct onto Facebook.
Yes.
And that's the difference.
Yeah.
And then that's where you get because you can set autoplay, etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what we actually do with the that style of videos, we actually create till 3, because we edit it and have it as a straight upload for Facebook.
Yeah,
so we don't
Facebook edit. Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't get any reward or anything like that, but it does create a lot of interest. But then also at the same time, what we do is we upload it to YouTube with the credits, etc.
Yeah.
And then interestingly, on YouTube, they get views, but they don't get anywhere near as what they get on YouTube.
No, and I mean for us,
Facebook.
It's sort of strategic, isn't it? Because we upload it to Facebook purposely to hopefully give people something interesting to watch. Hopefully, be inspired in the use of chilies, because that's really what we're about. And hopefully it'll get us a few more page likes and people investigate us a little bit more and hopefully get on board.
Well, actually, interestingly, we're doing this podcast, and there's a reason we're doing this podcast now, is because we've actually just been making a video, and that will be out soon, or by the time this is out, that video has probably already been released.
Yeah.
But we're in between waiting for
stages.
We're waiting for the product to be cooked, basically, for the video. So it's utilising our time.
You said men can't multitask.
Yeah, I know. Right, there you go. And it's literally, so we're behind us. We've got the camera set up and the lights are on and everything like that, and we're just waiting for the product to be cooked. So there
we go. Yeah. But going back to Facebook, it does we get some really nice interaction sometimes. One of the joys of Facebook, I think, is people can post up their photos to us easily. It's not to say you can't do that with the likes of Twitter, obviously, but there can be a bit more dialogue. You're not really restricted to a number of characters. People can. I find the flow of conversation a lot easier, and others chime in quite nicely and so on.
Well, that's the thing with Facebook as well. I mean, I do. I love seeing your photos. That's not Jay's. That's you guys out there. Because I mean, you know, as a club, it's great to see, you know, what you're doing at home wherever you are in the world, and obviously you've got the northern and the southern hemisphere, so you've got different growing seasons. So it's literally an all year round product, you know, and we love it. You know, post up your pictures. You know, don't message us. Just put them on the post, and you know, every time we, you know, if it's about certain plants, then post your pics up. We love seeing them. And share it with everybody and show everybody. Be proud of what you're doing.
They can be quite challenging, some of the posts as well, where people have put a picture up and said, do you know what this plant is or this problem is and that. And it's kind of forced us to go and actually research a little bit more, because we certainly don't know everything. I mean, you know, we know what we know. But I quite like those where you're not entirely sure, or, you know, where people are asking something that's effectively going to expand your own knowledge as well. I quite like those.
Well, it's nice, you know, people, you know, think that, you know, and they ask us, and you know, and we're like, well, sort of know. But if we don't know, like very often, we point them in the right direction. Because there's I've got a cough. Excuse me. But we're pointing them in the right direction. You know, we do know a lot of people, and we know some people that are specialised. You know, whether it be Joy and Michael, Michelle, Jed Fowler, Stu, that's hotheads, edible ornamentals. You know, we do know a lot. They point you in the right direction.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's a nice platform for us, Facebook, definitely. And it is one that I think we'll continue to use and enjoy and interact with us, that's for sure. Yeah. I think we were a bit late to the party on Instagram, but we're there now, aren't we? So, only this year, March this year, we actually, so it's 2016. We finally got our act together. We were at Meat Liquor at the time, weren't we?
Yeah.
So,
the thing is, I mean, you know, when we were talking about media training and all that, I mean, a number of us have got a keen eye for photography. You know, we're not, you know, the David Bailey in the world or anything like that, but, you know, we've, like, on Facebook and stuff like that, and some of the YouTube videos that we've published photos and they do really well. Well, actually, Instagram is just a portal, and now we've got 850 plus on Instagram, something like that. And that's it's climbing. It's climbing healthily, I think. You know, it's not. You know, we don't. You know, expect it to be tens of thousands just like that. It's just like, well, actually, it's actually, and you know what, that reflects YouTube, because you know, with YouTube, everybody starts at zero, and you gradually gain subscribers or likes or whatever you want to call it, and it doesn't happen overnight. Yes, there are people out there, and there will always be people out there that will create an account, create a couple of vids or whatever, and then they just
take off.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have seen us work with the Crude Brothers. We've known the Crude Brothers from the start. Not before they started YouTube, but we've known them from the start, when they had literally couple of dozen subscribers, and we met up with them in New York, and we didn't have a great time to meet, because we were on the stage and then they were in the crowd and they're waving, and you know, we were trying to meet up with them, but we were live. But we've always stayed contact, and they've got a very good chemistry and content. You know, it's a father and son act, although they're called the Crude Brothers. We know why they're called the Crude Brothers. We do indeed, because we met up with them. They flew over to the UK a couple of months ago, and we met up with them, and we had a great time. Went out for a meal, did a video, Hell Unleashed. Check that out on our YouTube channel. So it's a collab vid. But they're now 600,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. And, you know, and they've done remarkably well. And you know, and they have, and they're doing phenomenal. But we didn't create Instagram to go, oh yeah, we're going to get this. We just create it, and if people like the content, then that's where you get your likes, and that's the same as YouTube, and it will grow. And you know, we do have a keen eye for photography. However, we're pretty nifty with our cameras, and most of the photos in fact all the photos you see I think are done by our mobile phones, smartphones.
Mine's not that clever, but it's all right.
My smartphone's definitely smarter than me, I can tell you.
I say it was smart, and then I took hold of it. It's been dumbed down somewhat, but Instagram is all our own pictures, and I mean a lot of them are just impulse pictures where we've walked past something and thought, oh, that'll make a nice picture, snapped it, on it goes, because that's the joy of social media now, is everything's instant. And
they do get the likes.
And a bit of interaction. Again, it's interaction. I mean, it is nice that people like a picture. That's great. But what I think, I don't know, personally, I really like it when people start to comment and you can have a conversation back and forth. You know, it's that sort of thing I really enjoy.
I think, and hopefully our Instagram will naturally grow. It's doing well. It's growing, which is really, really good. Excuse the pun. But that's the same as the YouTube, and I think we've talked about YouTube, and because
YouTube's probably the surprise number for us, isn't it? I mean, when we first started uploading videos, when did we first upload? 2009, 2010 was the first video, something like that. So maybe 6 years ago, just for a bit of fun, and then it was a slow burner for a while.
Well, the first ones we did, I think, was chili eating competitions at Grill Stop.
Yeah,
and that was. In fact, that was. I remember that was Jim recording me doing the chili eating competition. I think I came second or third, because the chili jam man Simon was in there as well. I think that's the first one I met him, and then it was so. I think Jim then created the YouTube account and then uploaded the videos, but they were. I mean, you look at them now, the quality is really poor. They're grainy. It's raw footage. There's no intro, outro. It's a basic, and that's what it was.
Yeah, but it started somewhere. But then some of those videos, the early ones, started to lift off for us.
Yeah.
I mean, things like you eating the 7-pot at Matt Simpson's farm.
That's right, yeah.
And again, yourself with the Naga Viper. Yeah. That's just on the coach and horses. And...
interference.
Squeaky floorboards. It's amazing, because your floor's concrete.
Oh, no. Excuse me.
And then... there was another one as well that springs to... Oh, it's a snorting. Snorting the scorpion as well. We say it so casually, like it's... when we're snorting scorpion the other day.
Yeah.
So,
but I think with those videos, we noticed that they're getting views, but then we're just picking up subscribers and people are liking them and stuff like that. And I can't remember how we got into doing like product reviews and things like that. I think it was a natural... I think we'd noticed there's other channels that doing the same, like I think Ted Barris, he was sort of doing.
Yeah.
There's a Darth Naga. There's a whole load of other people.
Leo as well.
Huh?
Leo Scott.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Leo.
His are the ones I used to watch the most, actually.
Yeah,
homegrown. Laugh a lot.
Yeah, homegrown UK.
Yeah.
Homegrown chili.
Homegrown UK chili.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But then I think we just we'd do it our way, our style, and just like, and they were irregular. It was just, there you go. But then I think but it was, we didn't, sort of like get 1,000 subscribers overnight. It was months before we got a couple of hundreds, and it, I mean, now we're at over 45,000, I think it is.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what it is when this is actually published. But, we're 45,000 plus. But it hasn't been overnight. And, anyone that's listening out going, no, we're not bigging it up. It's, statistically, the videos that do well are the ones of us in pain, doing the source reviews and things like that. And, like Jay said, the snorting, the chili powder, eating pods.
Extracts,
sauces, and then chili eating competitions. They do well.
Yes, they do.
And we've been running chili eating competitions for 5 years now or so.
Something like that, yeah.
And then it's I we've learned a lot. I mean, our editing has got a lot better. I mean, you look at some of the edits years ago. I mean, and we still get people coming going, well, they're going, oh, you can't see the subtitles or the titles we put in. But when we look at it, well, that was filmed 4 or 5 years ago. We've learned a lot since then about highlighting and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, well, we recently invested in a slightly better program as well, didn't we? Editing suite. So for years we were using the Movie Maker, whatever came with Windows, and it did a job. I mean, it did the job to begin with, but we were starting to find we wanted to try and do more and do different things. We had sort of concepts and ideas in our head that Movie Maker just didn't have the capacity for.
That's right.
So we went for something different, and that's really helped us, isn't it? And it's kind of pushed us a little bit more. And I mean, again, we're no experts, but
it's a step, isn't it?
Because, it's a step, yeah, absolutely. Short of going on a full course. And
well, we did. We looked at some of the editing suites out there, and when you opened them up, you just like going, and you're like, my lord. But this one, I think it's like a medium, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's. You can do picture in picture, you can green screen, you can do all this sort of stuff. But for us old folk, not that we're old, but it was, well, actually that's easy to use. And we clicked with it straight away, didn't we?
Yeah, well, that's it. Because, I mean, I think what we were wanting to do was if I remember correctly, we wanted to do a picture in picture.
Yeah.
We wanted to be able to keep a narrative that was over one piece of video, but then show a different piece of video.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was for Eat the Smoke, when we did the Eat the Smoke review, when we were doing the
probably
ribs.
Was, yeah.
Or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but there was some video we were thinking it'd be great if we could show this, but not cut from talking, and do picture in picture. So, it was a bit of research to find something that did the trick.
But then that's enhanced the experience, as in for like you guys, the viewers and things like that, and subscribers.
Well, that's a key thing, isn't it? You want it to be. You want people to enjoy watching it.
Yeah,
exactly. You really do. You want it to look good, look slick.
We actually, believe it or not, I certainly do. I almost sit there and study TV programs and see how the professionals do it. You watch some of the cooking shows, like the Jamie Olivers and things like that. And you're like going, right, okay, oh, how do they do it? Oh, right. And it's just things like the camera angles, it's the lighting, it's how they sort of present and how they come across. And I think, where the head is in the camera, and it's all those sort of things. So, if you're learning and want to learn, one of the best things you can do is actually watch a mainstream TV channel and see how the programs are presented and the camera angles and the lighting.
Yeah.
And you get a good idea.
We're filming with that German TV show that will be aired at some point soon, actually, isn't it? But when we film with them, when they set up in a pretty poorly lit area.
Oh god, yeah.
And the way they were just bouncing light off the wall, and there was no direct lights, and that in itself was an eye opener.
Yeah.
And we've obviously now purchased better lighting, and I mean that's one of the joys of the club. That any revenue we earn just goes back into better equipment and kind of buildings. So it's not, we don't take anything. So, but watching them was absolutely superb. But I'm the same. I tend to you end up watching TV programs and you're focusing on the edit.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't realise you're doing it sometimes.
No, just like when you do a product review, you're looking at maybe a news show and how that's presented. Don't sit behind a desk, but you can do however you want. But I think we've talked. We've just mentioned about chili eating competition reviews and cooking vids and that. Now, if you haven't picked up already, one of the key things that's worked for the Clifton Chilli Club YouTube channel is diversity. There's you've got diverse videos, so you got your cooking, you got your growing tips, you got your updates, growing updates, you got your reviews, you got chili eating competitions, other challenges. So straight away you've got a diversity of content which is going to appeal to certain people, and then what that does is it doesn't drags people in, but they go, oh, I like that video, and they go, oh, what's that video about? And then so it helps like that. And I think that's one of our sort of recipes that we would, if anyone's going to do a channel or whatever, or has a channel, is have diversity. And because I think
something for everyone, really. That's what we're trying to do, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think if you just did it, I mean, like if we just had a chili growing thing, there's only so many videos you can do about it, and it's only going to, it's only going to be a certain amount of people going to watch it and then subscribe. Whereas if you've got another subject, but to do the same thing, so it's chili related or whatever, then you can, so like then you do sauce reviews, so then you're appealing to the growers and the people that like chili sauce.
Yeah.
So then you double the thing, because one of the things that you may or may not know is that YouTube, they actually have targets. They don't tell you what the targets are, but they have these built-in targets. So they're sat in, for us it's London HQ, and they can monitor channels and however they do it. But basically, one of their first markers is when you reach 10,000 subscribers.
Yes.
After 10,000 subscribers, YouTube actually get in contact with you, and you are given a YouTube consultant for 3 months. Email, phone, that sort of stuff. But they contact you and you have a really interesting conversation. I'm not going to go into it too much, but what they have these target markers, because they can see that you've built a channel, it's obviously got interest, and it's building. So they then want to try and help if they can and give a bit of advice that they did with us. They give us some advice and we've implemented them.
Yep.
And we still implement. And, they're interested because, obviously, as everyone knows, YouTube, they do get money from advertising.
Yes.
So what they're doing is they're going, well, actually, that channel's doing really well. And actually, they've built their own audience. And that's the key thing. You've built your own audience and you've built your own following naturally with no help or assistance.
No.
It's not like every week they phone us up. It's once every blue moon, every few months maybe we get an email or something. They're not there. They're not running our channel. Our channel is our channel. We do what we want, and that's the great advantage with it. And we have, the channel has built, and we still do diverse videos. The content's always different. Like at the moment we're doing a podcast, and then as I mentioned earlier, we're actually in the middle of doing a cooking video as well.
Yep.
So that's 2 different things, and then I think Nick's coming around later and probably knock out a few reviews as well.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's been a good journey, I think, so far, YouTube, for us.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of. I think one of the surprises for me is the amount of work that's required to maintain it.
Yeah.
And because both you and I and Nick as well are very keen to interact, which is great. But we can, on a busy day, we can get hundreds, if not more, comments across all ranges of our videos.
Yes.
And I mean, let's be honest, some of them are not that intelligent. Am I putting it politely? Some of them are. I mean, to be honest, it isn't even that. I mean, we've got filters on YouTube, so we can remove certain keywords, and it's very unfortunate that we have to deal with things like racial slurs, sort of very extremist propaganda, or I'm sort of dumbing it down a bit here, but we have to deal with some rather unpleasant people sometimes that are really just going in all attack, or
we call them keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors is a term I like. People. Often they haven't really got their username is something, not a name, if you know what I mean.
Completely fictitious.
Absolutely. And so there's a lot of that where we're having to sort of filter through sort of spam and post held for review and that kind of thing. But
because because we have a responsibility. Because as you know, some of the videos, the chili eating competitions, especially, it's involving Joe Public, and they sign up on the day. They agree in their whether they're going to appear on social media, our YouTube channel, So they sign, but then we've got a duty of care to monitor those videos.
Yeah,
because we do, like Jay said, we get something and going, well, hang about, why are you calling that person a thingy? It's unjustified.
Yeah.
So we do remove them. We do have the filters in place. And we are pretty nifty.
Yeah, I mean, we get a few personal insults and whatnot, but I think we're all fairly thick-skinned about it. And but
what was that funny one? It's funny watching old guys.
Yeah, old guys do this or something. I know.
Old guys.
I know we're in our 40s, but hang on. Yeah. Actually, now if you listen to this, we're both 23. But, old guys doing it.
We love the feedback.
We do. I mean, there is a little bit. There are the tiring, repetitive comments where, like with chili eating competitions, you always get people go, "Oh, their asses are going to burn in the morning," or
how much do they win?
Yeah, how much do they win? Toilet roll in the fridge, and I mean, we try and put all the details in the video and video description, but we do get a lot of questions where people have not.
They're all in the bloody video description. You like look in the video description, or just read the comments beforehand because it's answered. And then sometimes it's like one of them you can see the prize being presented and clearly saying what it is, and you're like, going,
what do they win?
What did they win? Right? Did you watch the video? But I mean, you can't. I mean, it's a free world. You can do that, but we do inevitably answer or point them in the right direction. Say,
Colin gets a lot of videos as well. A lot of comments. So Colin's a friend of ours that runs something called Zombie Business, and he's often in the grill stop chili eating competitions. He likes to take part, but he dresses up as a zombie. So if you've never seen any of the grill stop chili eating competitions from the last couple of years, if you have a little look, he'll be on one of either the Saturday or the Sunday. Yeah. And his makeup is excellent, isn't it? He does look like a zombie, like something, a sort of flesh-eating virus is eating away at his face and whatnot. But we do get a lot of comments about him, mainly about what happened to that poor man and that's terrible.
Why is his face burnt?
Why is his face burnt? What's happened to him? How can we help? It's like, that's kind, but it's just makeup. It's just makeup. So the fact that his name on the nameplate is zombie.
Hashtag zombie.
Hashtag zombie. So,
I think get so many great comments, and we do get constructive feedback, and it is great, and we do, and that's we like that, and we've we don't we watch YouTube, not avidly, but we both, all of us, watch a bit of YouTube, and it's quite interesting because we do, and we like to interact with you guys and replying to comments where it's deemed necessary, and we've seen other channels, and I'm not saying other channels make that pretty clear, and they don't respond to any of their comments. They just put a video up and then they don't respond, and you're like, well, you're not engaging with your subscribers, your viewers, whereas
it's not social.
No, and you're like, well, this is the advantage. It's not like watching a mainstream TV show where you can't interact with the TV. But with YouTube, you can interact and go, oh yeah, great video, guys, loved it, or have you seen this? But I've been on channels that sweets, TVs, all other sort of weird and wonderful channel, like gaming ones as well, and
I love hot pepper game reviews.
Yeah, but
still one of the funniest YouTube channels
they
around.
engage.
Yeah, love that channel.
But there are channels that I've seen and I wouldn't say avidly watch. I'll watch a video once in a while, and you're like, well, you're not engaging with your subscribers, and why not? I think it's key, and that's another tip is engage with the subscribers and the people leaving comments. Yeah,
I mean, our subscribership is still small compared to some many channels really, but it's growing. Yeah. It's growing a lot quicker than we thought it was going to grow this year.
I mean, we're averaging about 110 subscribers a day now.
Something like that, yeah.
About 110.
I mean, at the peak, probably about a month ago, it was about 300 a day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tailed off a little bit now. It sort of peaks and troughs, really. But
it does. The steady state number at the moment is sort of 100, 110, and but it's interesting because it's all over the world. At the moment, the top sort of like 5 countries for the last year have been the US, Indonesia, Vietnam, Saudi Arabia, UK,
Germany's in there.
Germany,
as well,
and you're like going, well, and then one of the things that we sort of learn is use the translation box. Now, obviously, Google Translate is quite funny to use. If you can get your video, and there is a translation box, and translate the title and put it in another language, because unfortunately YouTube doesn't auto-translate. So like, if you're in Vietnam, it won't, and you get up the Clifton Chilli Club, it won't translate the English into Vietnamese.
You're talking text here, aren't you?
Yeah, sorry, the text. And so they're not going to search chili eating competition in English, they're going to search chili eating competition in Vietnamese or Indonesian. Makan is Indonesian, I think, Maken. That's a word that I've picked up.
Okay.
So there's these things, and if you translate it, then they won't find it. And then the way we sort of learnt on that one was we just came across a video that had been copied.
Yeah.
And then they'd renamed it and translated it. So then we basically, unfortunately, we had to put a copyright claim in against them, which obviously it was our video that they copied and uploaded. So that was taken down. But then what we did do and learn from it was, right, let's have a look at the text in Vietnamese or whatever language it was. We looked at it, then used Google Translate, and okay, they'd actually pretty much cleanly translated it. So what we've done is use those keywords, and then put them on the videos in the translation section. And now it does, the videos do well, because now, well, if you're in Indonesia, Vietnam, Russia, wherever, you type in chili eating competition in your own home language, it then comes up with our videos.
Yeah.
And we've noticed that again.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a really good tip for that. Yeah. It's funny because you're touching on something else that is quite a lot of work for us sometimes, and that is the copyright side of things, where people are effectively downloading our video, re-uploading it onto their channel, but they're cutting out anything to do with us on it. So they're cutting out all our credits, outros, intros, whatever the case may be, almost making it as their own video, which... And there are almost two schools of thoughts on this, because some people are like, well, look, it's just a video, don't worry about it. If it's getting views, it's getting views. It's clear that it's maybe you because you've got your tops on or something like that. But then, for us, YouTube, we get a little bit of revenue from, and unfortunately, with any business, if you will, you need revenue. And we, as we've already said, we don't ever take any personal gain from it. So we don't take a wage or any money from the club, but we do need money to run the club.
Pay for the microphone that we're
the microphone we're using. That wasn't exactly a 20 quid microphone.
No.
And the editing programs, the lighting, the cameras, the travel. Everything that goes with it, that money needs to come from somewhere. So YouTube for us is just a small stream of revenue. It's not millions of pounds or anything. Yeah, that's it. So placards. It's just a way, because even with because we have a small fee for running chili eating competitions, which again we have to, because there are costs involved with us, and again that can be anything from accommodation, travel, the cost of the chilies, etc. But arguably we don't make any money on the chili eating competitions, but because there's a slight gamble that we choose to take, and that is if we can keep that fee low, we can still film a video.
Yeah.
And chili eating competitions are actually quite popular on our channel, so therefore we may get a little bit of revenue from that. So,
totally agree.
So we try and be clever with it, without being greedy about it.
What we've noticed is, generally what happens is, as Joe's saying, they've uploaded it, and then when you actually go to their channel, you actually see that basically that's all they're doing, is they're just stealing other people's creations, videos, and they're just uploading it onto their own channel, and then they're basically earning the money off it for basically not creating. They're not creative. All they've done is go around the internet and load of videos. Now, there is a program that you can be in that will automatically detect. It's like Shazam, but it's the YouTube version.
Content ID.
Content ID, that's the one. And, but we've applied for it and been rejected, and we're going to reapply for it soon. Whereas if people then did upload our video, it wouldn't matter, because we would then be credited, and we'd earn any revenue off that video, which then would give us more advertising, as in around the world. But, when they, you people, when you got your own YouTube, one of the things is when you go to upload a video, it clearly states that this is your creation. You have permission of the user, or whatever, of the original video owner, or whatever. So actually, by doing that, well, then you've breached the YouTube policy and contract. And quite interestingly, we get the, we put a copyright notice against the channel or whatever, against the video. And it's very funny sometimes because they email us and say, "Oh, please remove your complaint. I've already got 2 strikes, or I've got a strike." And you're like, "Well, if you've got a strike already, that means someone else has caught you uploading their video. So you've done it before." And the strike only lasts for about 6 months or 3 months, isn't it?
Something like that. I'm not.
Yeah,
we've never had one.
No,
thankfully,
but
so.
you get 3 strikes and they close your account down. But hang about. You're admitting that you've already copied someone else's creation and you've already got a strike or 2. And you're going, well, why should we remove our strike? You obviously, and then you look at their channel and you go, well, you're not. I mean, there's that one guy. You're like, he claims they're his videos, but then you've got a chili eating competition on there. You've got racing. You've got a video that's clearly in America, or videos clearly filmed in America. You've got then, completely different part of the world. And you're like, well, it's clearly not your video, and you didn't create it.
No,
so, yeah.
No, it's funny, isn't it? But that in itself is certainly some work where we have to search for them. It's not like we get notified.
No.
So we have to manually sort of spend a couple of nights a week just having a little search for key terms. But
we've had people. So. I mean, you guys out there. I mean, you're the police of the internet almost, because you're watching all this stuff, and we've actually had people contact us.
Yes, we have. Yeah,
they've sent us links, and we thank you very much.
Thanks,
absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, everyone, because it's great going. Oh, do you know this has been? There's some that we can't help or close down, because you get these sites that provide download. Oh, you can download this, but actually, if you look at the small print, it clearly states, and all these companies do have it, is that this is for your own purpose, and cannot be republished and all that because of the copyright. And that applies with millions and millions of videos out there. But some people choose then to re-upload it.
I mean, it's funny because I think we're talking away, and I think in a way we're almost making YouTube sound laborious, which to a degree it kind of is, but at the same time we get a lot of pleasure out of it, and we get a lot of laughs from it, and we, like you say, some of the comments have had me crying with laughter, and sort of the reaction to videos and what we do. And as you've said, I mean, the ones that people seem to want to watch are the eating competition. Basically, people in pain. They want to see humans suffer. Be it us or other people. So we never learn, do we? But
it is. It's a great. I mean, it's just a TV channel, isn't it? Effectively.
Yeah.
People. I know people that don't watch mainstream TV. They just watch YouTube and just flick through it. And it's
my
great.
nephew's a bit like that. I mean, he's of that generation where, he'll spend the night just watching bits and pieces on YouTube, and he's one of those where he'll just go onto one video, and then there'd be suggested videos down the side, and he'll link to that, and you're hopping about YouTube and finding all kinds of things. And I mean, again, we've had that in the comments. It's like I was watching a video on.
How did I get here?
I was trying to think what it was. I was watching a video on forging iron or something like that, and I ended up here. How on earth did I get to this? But it's just the wonders of the internet, I suppose. But it's quite funny when that happens.
I think overall with our channel, it's growing, it's doing well. We thank you for listening, and please subscribe.
Absolutely.
To our YouTube channel.
We're nothing without everybody else. Basically,
I mean, you guys out there that. If you give us the inspiration, we're coming up with ideas, and please give us some constructive feedback. And it's we do we want to mature. We want to provide a good channel, informative, funny, painful, or everything. So
well, that's it. We're reliant on people sort of saying what they like and what they don't like, and we'll just continue to sort of learn and evolve from that, and keep going. But
we do actually occasionally put real random videos on. I did that one I did out in Egypt.
I know.
It's not absolutely. Well, I did stick up photos of chilies on the market that were out there, but occasionally we will put a random video up because it's a good launch pad, and actually it's probably because it's got good content and it's a good video. I mean, we did how to catch a razor clam.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to go into catching all wild foods and things like that. However, if we see a subject or something like, well, actually, do you know what? Because I do like wild food and catching and doing all that, and swimming, snorkeling, and all that. So if we, once in a blue moon, it's only a couple of videos a year, and we'll do one and create a video which is completely random, but it's got good content. You know, we're not going to create Clifton Chilli Club Channel 2. It's, well, actually, do you know what? That is a good video. That's a good subject. Let's put it on our channel. We don't promote it. It's just released, but it's there. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, we did it recently, didn't we? Well, say recently, March time, April time, when we went fishing, caught some bass and just cut that up on a barbie on the beach and just thought, let's just do it. Yeah,
and then some chilies in there as well. So I mean, you can throw things in. I mean, I did try feeding the fish chilies out in Egypt, but they just weren't having it.
We need to have that crab steal our chili there. That was quite amusing. Actually got in his claws and started walking off with it. So, that was good. Well, look, I think we've touched on pretty much what we need to touch on with social media.
I think so, yeah. And by all means, ask questions and things, and we just hope that it's can either help someone out there or help you guys, bit of inspiration,
give you a laugh, whatever. Just something that just even if you're watching a 5-minute video and it's just done something, giving you a distraction or whatever, that's job done for us.
Because it is fun. It is fun, and you got all these formats of social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And have fun doing it, and we certainly do. It's carry on, and please share.
Yeah, as I say, we're nothing without you guys. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to us waffle on as we like to do, and for watching the videos and interacting with us. Definitely. Really. So just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll keep trying to do what we're doing. Yeah. So, and whilst growing old disgracefully. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys, we will see you on the next podcast.
Yeah. Take care. Goodbye.
Adios.
Oi oi.